Healthy Tuesday on Your View. Welcome to the show. I am Morayo Afolabi Brown. As always, I have the ladies with me. YK in the building.
Yo. Hello.
How you doing?
Welcome back.
Thank you, YK. Good to see you.
Tokpa didn't do too badly.
No, she was great, I heard.
Yes. But you were missed, so welcome back.
Thank you, YK.
I have two gists. I must quickly...
Please, go ahead. You have
the first one. My brother and his son released their album.
Oh, yes.
Double
we
album,
saw it.
Legacy Plus. So I'm very proud of them. Yeah. Congratulations, guys.
Fantastic.
I'm very proud of you. Please let me clap for them.
Yes, ma'am.
That's the first one. The second one, I went to Ikpara on Friday. You know this Jimmy Sholanke, legendary Jimmy Sholanke? Yeah, he did Tales by Moonlight. So we went to visit him at his, he's doing like a cultural place. We went there to visit him, his arts, his drawings, you know. So it was very nice. He was really, really happy. Yeah. Wow. He was really happy. We also visited the king of Ikpara and the queen.
That's nice.
And so I promised to say hello to them today. They are fans of the show. So please say hi,
how are you doing?
Olori and Kabiesi. And Jimmy Uncle Jimmy's brother and sister. Jide Sholanke, Uncle Jide Sholanke.
They're also fans of the show.
They are going to be listening. So I have to be greeting them. I must greet them. He said they are going to be listening. And his sister.
That's so nice. Remember we met Jimmy Sholanke at your birthday party?
Yes.
And when that surprise party, he was there. It was really nice to have him. And we came to that surprise party.
Yes.
The ladies.
You know, that party, I can't remember anything that happened there. I was just so much shocked.
How are you doing, Jarenima? I love the bright colors on you.
Thank you. Hey, Alamin and Rian wears. So this turban is called Nima. If you like it.
Really? It's called Nima. They named it after you?
Yeah.
Wow.
I love it.
I want one.
Okay.
I want a Nima hijab. I definitely want
turban.
that. Oh, Nima turban. Okay.
Yes.
I love
I'm going to bore YK with the shout-outs I have.
That is my own now.
Okay.
Why is it me you are calling?
So
don't call me.
Okay, somebody says I should shout out to Mr. Tunde Hassan that it was his birthday yesterday, but I wasn't around. And also, someone wants to shout out to her father, and she forgot to drop the name. So if you are sending me messages, I usually don't open my messages until in the morning.
Yeah, even I have not opened my messages, I'm sure. But I have to shout out, so I must go before I come to BC. Today is Yeye Shewa. You know who Yeye Shewa is?
Yes, now drop the name.
Chief Dr. Kemi Nelson.
Yes.
Our own, very own Yeye Shewa, Lagos State. Today's her birthday. Happy birthday, ma. Many more years. And my state by marriage, Ekiti, Governor Fayemi. This is not my governor. In fact, the extension by my own governor by marriage is not my governor. Happy birthday to Governor Fayemi. It's actually in the papers, so happy birthday to you, many more years. He and his wife, I mean, we like what you're doing, you know, defending the women, defending the gender of a woman, and we appreciate all the efforts you and your wife are doing, and we pray that God will continue to strengthen you and give you vision for greater success. BC, how are you doing?
Looking amazing.
Grateful to God. Thank you, darling. Yesterday, my son turned 10.
Yay!
Oh,
my goodness!
Our chef turned 10, and we had already planned like a massive party. I promised all of them that once you're 10, we'll do a big party for you. We did for the sister last year. But because of COVID-19, we can't be putting people together. So I promised him that anytime COVID goes, we'll do your party.
Once the vaccine comes, COVID is not going anywhere.
Hey, Jesus. Anytime we are able to take the vaccine, for those that want to take, we can now have a party. So yesterday, we just took him out and had good dinner at a restaurant.
Happy birthday.
Thank you so much. Also, one of my very first clients as a life coach it was her birthday yesterday as well, and she sent me a message. I didn't see it because I was not on the show, so I said I was going to say happy birthday to Anne Asange. Yes, for yesterday.
Yesterday was actually my brother's birthday. Yeah, our firstborn.
That fine one. The fine one in America.
And you forgot.
Not like the brother, the older one.
Okay, I would forget. I do expect.
Yes, February.
I would forget now.
I forgot.
Why you say actually, it was my daughter, my granddaughter, her birthday on Saturday.
Imagine,
she was one.
Don't be like Mariah.
She was one, actually.
Happy birthday to YK's granddaughter.
It's 1 year already.
She's one. Can you imagine? I was just so sad that I couldn't be with her. completely...
But they were with you very well, but they just...
Yeah, but my daughter had to start work on Monday.
Oh, so they went back.
So they went back on the last Monday.
We have to run, but I just saw a fan. It says, my sweetheart's birthday is tomorrow, February 9th. Her name is Rachel. Efio Gene James Osiegbu. I had to take the happy birthday to her. God bless you many more years. Let's go on a break. When we come back and go through the front pages of the papers, stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. We're going to start with The Nation. Labor to government. It will be insensitive to hike fuel price. Naira overvalued at official market, says IMF. Amotekun nabs 15 illegal gold miners in Ondo Forest. NIN to replace BVN, says Minister. Kidnappers attack funeral convoy in Edo. Okay, which story? Let's start with the major headline.
Major headline, yes. So there's been a speculation that there will be an increase in the price of PMS because our Brent crude, Brent crude is actually a specification in international market has, increased close to $60 per barrel. And so some depots have closed shop. They said they do not have enough PMS to sell to the public. But NNPC is assuring Nigerians that they have enough. They have not increased. They are still in talks. So the Labour right now is saying that, that we're still in talks with you. Based on the increment that we had November 2020, we had not even resolved that. So we cannot have, it to be insensitive to, put up another increment when we're still talking about the last one.
So they're saying that they should not start paying subsidy again so they don't increase. Because that's
they didn't mention anything about subsidy.
We have to agree on what we want of the people. But let me take the IMF. So you have that story.
Yes.
Go ahead, please.
The IMF in their, what they call the fourth consultation, ruled out a lot of things. They're saying that even though they gave Nigeria a 3.5 billion naira loan to ameliorate and help us, pushing the effect of pandemic, they can't see the effect of it, and they're decrying all the conditions of living, higher costs, inflation, and all of that, asking us in the same voice to devalue naira, saying that it's overpriced, overvalued internationally. And we know that we've been doing some buffers. Maybe that's why they decided to ban Bitcoin. But, a lot of things are affecting why our Naira will not go. There's more demand and lower production and a lot of other things that they're declining.
And there's a backlog of serious demand.
I would expect government to, sit up. We do have some costs that we can actually cut off. Some things that we are doing. And in this, because IMF has said this, I would also like that they audit all the monies, whether the one COVID raised, though, the loans that they collected, and how these monies were, utilized, whether they were properly utilized. As this, we know
that's even really small percentage of things, because even this cryptocurrency, for you to cash it, you have to demand dollars. So obviously, we have this backlog of demand.
Higher demand of
and
dollars.
Also, IMF is also saying that they must increase, that they are recommending that they increase VAT from 7.5% that it is now to 10% by 2022. And they're also saying we should increase it to 15% by 2025. That's the only way you can get more revenue.
All this IMF and all this, their own is to just keep Africa down. I beg, I don't even want to.
Moving on to the Punch. States list enforcement obstacles as Nigerians shun compliance. 19 arrests as death toll rises to 6 in Lagos court clash. Amotekun arrests 15 illegal gold miners in Ondo. FG planning to replace BVN with NIN, says Minister. Fanekayode leads talks with APC for PDP governors' planned defection. Corruption thrives because offenders are not jailed, says Amechi. And petrol landing cost rises to 180 naira, oil courses $60. Right. Which story are we taking in Punch?
I think I should do the cult clash.
Yes, go ahead.
Because that used to be my area. So Lagos State said yesterday that it apprehended 19 cultists for the clash among rival groups in Dalemo and Alakoko. And one of the things they said that the people, the cultists came all the way from Ogun State into, Dalemo and Alakoko actually borders to Ogun State, and they came in from there. They've had massive killings. Shops were being looted from Dalemo down to Alakoko. People, I think about 6 persons have died already, but then the police have prevailed. Though some eyewitnesses are saying that the police were just moving around and nothing. They did nothing to curb what was happening in that area. But the Commissioner for Police has said he's working hand in hand with the Lagos State Commissioner to see how they can bring peace to that area.
And then that's
the major headlines. Okay. The states say they are finding it difficult. Cross Rivers, Akwa Ibom, Enugu, Niger, Benue, they are finding it difficult to adhere to the executive order, to enforce the executive order signed by the president, that there is COVID fatigue, people don't wear their masks, the police go, they don't answer anybody.
They're not enforcing it.
And
they announced that they're going to be jail term, right? Federal government is saying that they're going to put you in jail if you...
That was a jail term or fine. But they are saying that they spent over 10 million enforcing compliance in the first wave. Second wave now, they don't have funds.
They said not 10 million, 10 million a day.
Wow. Imagine that.
That's Cross Rivers to enforce it. And that is not them, the state, to enforce it. That is the police. So, what they can put the laws down, but if the police don't enforce it.
So the minister is also saying, okay, let me just move on to another story quickly because of time. The minister is saying that NIM might have to replace BVN because BVN is usually just for those who have account holders, and the NIA is for everybody, regardless of your status in society. You have to have an NIA. So it's likely to become that number that is going to.
I think we should promote more what the card looks like. So those of us who have registered since 2014, we should have our card. It comes with a chip that covers your bank accounts.
I don't have the card. I have the number. I don't have the card.
They didn't give us. I have a temporary print. I've done a temporary print twice, and my card should be ready since 2014.
We need the card.
So we need the card. That card is an option to your ATMs and all of that. It's one,
withdraw money.
And then they should give us more security.
Like a security card. You have that card. You can use it.
So we've just been using the numbers, but we need our card, for more things. So if you want to replace it with the BVN, you should be looking towards that.
Printing those cards.
Even BVN, have you gotten your card?
No.
You don't even need card. I don't think everything is electronic these days. Everything is just...
I need my card.
You say it's replacing... if they steal your card, so they've stolen you.
Let's move on to daily.
Just say, you own me now?
Yeah,
you got my card.
No, it's not
Daily Sun. Moving on to Daily Sun.
They should work on it.
FG proposes jail term for COVID-19 violators. 2 million Nigerian girls risk female genital mutilation, says United Nations FPA. Igbo should negotiate 2023 presidency with other zones, advises ex-CJ Umeyadi. IPOB replies Sheikh Gumi, and parliamentary workers threaten to shut down state houses of assembly. Which story are we taking in, Son?
Should we do the genital mutilation female? So the United Nations Population Fund said over 2 million girls were at risk of female genital mutilation across 30 states of Nigeria. They've tried as much as possible to see how they can, educate people in local areas to avoid genital female mutilation. The wife of Ekiti State Governor has deployed what she called from blade to wealth, where they are able to take away those people who actually do the trade. They get paid for it. They're able to empower them, about 120 women, to drop the blade and start, doing things that can get paid for. I think the wife of Oba Adeyeye also emphasized that the society needs a lot of education. A lot of people are still illiterate, and that's why they still go ahead doing it. Now, there's a 7-year jail term that has been prescribed for people who are caught still carrying out female genital mutilation, and they are advising that every hand should be on deck right now to stop.
The major headline concerning COVID-19, just to add to that, because I had that story, the fact that 13 cases in Nigeria was the new UK variant. That's B117 variant that is quite deadly. And 13 people have been tested positive for that, and that's quite scary. And they say that the fact that Nigerians provide fake results is now causing many countries and even airlines to doubt the results we provide for them. So we are the ones causing our problem. So we are manufacturing fake results to travel, and then those who have the right one are then not being accepted in different countries and airlines.
The entire system. So
that's why Emirates said that they will be doing rapid tests for you 4 hours before you board. Me, I don't mind, because if I were going to travel, I would go and do that test. So if I'm going to be jeopardized because some people are I will do the rapid test.
Yeah.
So,
but you know,
since people don't want to do tests,
you know how government officials are frustrating testing, so they too should sit
Why
up.
do we always blame the government?
No,
we citizens are also responsible.
Why would you have me pay for
Why would
tests?
you
Send me to a center where I can't get testing?
Why would you as a
We have these
citizen
reports.
not be like a YK, say, I want to go and get the right thing? Why would you go and rather buy it? We also have to take responsibility.
YK would attest to the wahala that Nigerians struggle
Go through the wahala, whether you like it or not. Whether you know
and you wait and stock 2 days, 3
if you're
days.
in a different country, you go through the wahala because you have to wait your time.
My relative just came from Sweden. We know how we had to arrange a private lab for him to get tested. This was, and he's paid from abroad. We know this thing.
Okay, we know we have a
But let me quickly
system.
add so good news to the story. So the BUA has procured 1 million vaccines from this AstraZeneca one, you know, through the Afrexim Bank, and that will be delivered within 14 days to the country, hoping that they're targeting frontline workers to get the vaccines first.
They have to run.
Giving us
42 million.
Yeah. So we have
We have to run, unfortunately. We're out of time, but that's all we can take on front page review.
That dead body that they stole. Where did you see the dead?
the kidnapped.
Are you for real? I didn't say that's it. That's all we can
This
do.
is Bini.
Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your view will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. So it's the month of love, and there's love in the air. Whoop, whoop. At this time, it's normal to hear about amazing offers and opportunities nearly for everyone, offering a promo of some sort, a discount package, and so on. But this year, there's something really exciting happening this Valentine's season. Union Bank and Bella Naija Weddings have come together to make dreams come true with Afri Union. Today with us on the show, we have Ngozi Akinyele, Head Strategic Brand Management at Union Bank, to tell us more about this amazing opportunity and how we can participate. Welcome, Ngozi! We always like having you on the show. You know, you just give Union Bank this pretty look.
This
is
the fine model.
Hiding, Ngozi. Are you there?
Fine, thank you. I'm fine, thank you. It's always a joy to be here, actually. I miss the buzz of being in the studio.
I know.
Next best thing.
Yes, so this is the new normal. Right, so tell us about this.
New abnormal.
Okay, tell us about this, this partnership you have with Bella Naija. What is it about exactly?
Yes, it's a free union. That's what we're calling it. It's a free union. And it's essentially a collaboration between Union Bank and Bella Naija Weddings to give a free wedding. When we say free, it's a free wedding, an out of this world wedding to one deserving couple, and also a proposal to another deserving couple in this season of Valentines. Yes.
Yeah, so when you say free, how free is it? Because I know that when organizations give you that free, there's always hidden charges somewhere. How free is this?
Well, this time, free is free. When we say it's an all expense paid wedding, it's an all expense paid wedding. Dress, venue, flowers, the whole works, the rings, the transportation, every single thing you need. Just basically come as you are. It's an all expense paid wedding, and also an all expense paid, all details organized, all arrangements made proposal as well. Brought to you by Union Bank in Bella Naija wedding style.
Okay. So how do you qualify for this union, free union?
Yes. Okay. So for a free union, I mean, for starters, you have to be you first have to be an adult. So we're not getting children or teenagers married. You have to be an adult, and also you have to be ready to get married for the wedding. You have to be ready to get married on February 14th. That's this Sunday. For the proposal, yes. that's the catch. For the proposal, you have to be ready to pop the question this Saturday, and that's February 13th. So you have to be ready. In terms of requirements as well, this is a Union Bank collaboration with Bella Naija Weddings, but you don't have to be a Union Bank customer for at least at the entry phase. If you're not a Union Bank customer, you can go ahead and apply. But before we conclude the selection process, you have to have opened one, and that's in the next day or two. Essentially, it's pretty easy. Just go to the Play Store, download the Union Mobile app. Union Mobile is one word, Union Mobile, and click on open an account, and voila, you have an account. But please don't let that bar you from applying.
So Union Bank, is it not supposed to be a bank? Why are you people meddling into
relationships?
Thank you, Jared.
Weddings and all, right? Yes. And it's interesting that you'd ask that, because really, that's our why. One of the things we tell ourselves is we exist to make lives better. We're that partner who is trusted, reliable, and then we really just want to figure out a way to make lives better. I think the last time that I was here, we're talking about the rights challenge, right? In the heat of the lockdown, in the pandemic that we're all still facing. We're basically in that same spirit of making lives better, looking for individuals, groups who are helping themselves as well as others rise in that in the heat of the situation at the time. So of course, this is Valentine's season. We're staying true to who we are as that partner that seeks to make lives better. And of course, what better way to do it, in Valentine's season than to help make dreams come true. I mean, personally, I know people who've had to say, on this wedding thing, let's just wait until this entire bad patch, blows over. So we've had people, shelve their dreams to be together, shelve their plans, and just say, let's just focus on survival. So this is one way we're essentially putting our money, where our mouth is, and saying, if you're that person, that deserving lucky couple who's, you've been engaged, you're really just saying, God, when will all of this go away, and let's be able to move on with our lives and our union together. This is that out of the world opportunity you've been praying for, and here's Union Bank, delivering it to you in the true grand Bella Naija wedding style.
Okay. But how are they going to invite guests? Today is Tuesday, Sundays.
Yes.
6 days, 7 days.
Yes.
5 days away.
Absolutely. So those are some of the things we've considered. This is for the bold, and we've also made sure that in terms of guests, and I think I should even talk about how to enter, but in terms of guests as well, we have a limited number of guests. COVID tests will be conducted for everybody who's going to be in close proximity with the couple. So makeup, stylists, everything. COVID tests will be conducted, but you have a limited number of guests. I think total 50 guests, so your parents, close friends. It's still your wedding, absolutely your wedding. So it's basically just that we're putting together this wonderful ceremony and experience for you, but definitely all within COVID compliance rules.
So let me be clear. So there are those who have planned their wedding already. Those ones have paid for the venue, food. That's not who you're talking to. You're talking to people who actually would love to get married, but for whatever reason, because of COVID issues, finances, they've not been able to decide. But now you're saying you can give them an opportunity to get married this Sunday, February 14th.
Wow.
Yes.
All expense paid. Oh, fantastic.
Absolutely.
And those
absolutely. Just like how the pandemic hit us out of the blues, this is also an out of the blues, but now on the positive side, I must say. It's an out of the blues, wonderful experience and it's really just, I believe it's just a prayer answered for somebody, a wish granted for someone. Let's be your fairy.
Let me get you 2 more questions before we go.
I'm sure people who want more information. How do they get to you?
Absolutely, and I think I should go through how you enter. So for the wedding, it's very simple. Just post a 60-second video of yourself and Bae telling us your love story. I mean, we're a very Nigerian, down-to-earth brand. It's not about the paparazzi. It's not about, it's not about how you look. It's about your love story. So just let your love shine through in your short 60-second video. Post it on your social media feed, wherever, and tag a free union, of course, a free union, because that's how we will find you. A free union, tag at Union Bank NG, and also tag at Bella Naija Weddings, and of course tag Bae. For the proposal, because it has to be hush, you can't put a video out. For the proposal, we have a closed process. So just go to www.bellanaijaweddings.com/free union and fill out a short form. Again, you'll have to tell us your love story and why you believe Bay would say yes this Saturday, because it's very important. Yeah. You have to know where you are on your love journey, and you have to essentially have talked about the fact that you want to get married. So don't be popping the question to someone who's going to say no. But yes, that's how to enter. Go on to, and also you can follow us on all our social media, on Twitter, on Facebook, Instagram, at Union Bank NG, and also at Bella Naija Weddings for more information on a free union.
So, Ngozi, what other surprises is Union Bank planning to do to Nigerians before the year ends?
It's almost like you have a crystal ball in front of you. This is actually leading up to a surprise that we're going to be unveiling after Valentines. But for now, we're focusing on love, but definitely more surprises down the way, because that's why we exist, to make lives better for Nigerians everywhere.
But thank you so much. I mean, it's always a fresh air listening to you. You just you have this bubbly, thing that once I was actually...
Do people like us qualify?
Do we qualify? What are those of us? Hey,
I want to renew our vow.
I'm going to be 10 years.
I know, right?
My 10 years, I'm going to be 10 years February 19th.
I also wish...
I'm going to be 10 years in marriage February 19th. Maybe you should do a surprise for me. Please, go and discuss with my husband.
Here's how I look at it. Let's give young love a chance to enjoy what we've been enjoying.
Don't mind them. They have done 10 years of kidney. They want
I want renewal.
Don't mind them, Johnny.
Okay, thank you, Ngozi. We have to run now. Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure having you on the show. Let's go to a break. When we come back, we move on to other topics. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. So, it's Tuesday, and usually on Tuesday we talk about health, and it's important that we remind ourselves the issues concerning COVID-19, the fact that now in the papers today we saw that it's confirmed that 3 people tested positive for the UK variant B117 strain that has been very, very, that actually has been quite lethal, and we're quite worried about that being in Nigeria. And also, we're going to be having a guest later on cardiovascular damages done to COVID-19 patients. So in a moment, we'll bring that. But I'd like to hear your thoughts on this. The issue with vaccine, the country is working on getting our vaccine. We are getting support from all over on the issue of vaccine. In your view, are we doing enough to not just sensitization, but are we doing enough to ensure that people are actually getting healed? Because we have lots of people being sick. Some are passing on. And what reports have you heard concerning those who have actually lost their lives as regards of COVID?
For me, I'm worried that the government keeps turning deaf ears to Nigerians' worries. So when you ask an average Nigerian on the street, most of them don't trust these vaccines. Most of them already, we have our fears about some vaccines that have gone wrong. We have our fears about some companies patenting some vaccines that we know their history. And, are now damaging some vaccines that they are trying to do in the past, cost lives and all of that. So Nigerians generally would rather just, let me just take my chances with the virus. If I survive it, I survive it. People want to know whether if you've survived it, you have the immunity to it now. And our government, they're not doing enough talk around why a vaccine should be trusted, how important it is, what help comes with it. We were having a conversation yesterday, and I just found out that even I don't know the extent of the protection a vaccine would give a person. So I was talking to someone and I was trying to convince the person that when the vaccine comes, maybe you should just take it. The person said, okay, now we have vaccines 3. One from Pfizer, AstraZeneca, and the other one from China. China that brought the corona are giving us vaccine. So. We, by now, government's response to all these worries and all the conversations happening would be, this our infectious vaccine, whatever company that former governor of Anambra talked about, will be revived, and we'll try our chances at producing our own local solutions.
We have to be very careful. What are the timelines we have for that? Let us be realistic.
We need now. Hold on, Nima, I was listening to the PTF meeting yesterday, And they actually said that they have 2 vaccines that they are sending for trials. Nigeria has 2 vaccines that they are sending for trial. Yeah. So our scientists are working towards getting.
But the thing also is that you can't. Maybe the reason why we've not had a lot of communication on it is because they are still awaiting receipt of these vaccines. Maybe when we now have the vaccines in our custody, we can now begin to making people understand why they must take it. Yeah. I know some governors have come forward to say they're going to make their own vaccine, the injections public, so that people can see that actually it's not harmful to their health. This is what your initial thoughts on this?
Being proactive as a government means that you foresee problems and you foresee the solutions and start working towards the solutions. You don't have to wait till the vaccine comes for you to start educating people on what the vaccine means. Does it mean that when you now take this vaccine, you will no longer have COVID-19? Does it mean that when you now have this vaccine, you can go out without your face mask, your sanitizer, you don't need to, carry out the normal, follow the protocols of COVID-19 to protect yourself? Does it mean that this vaccine will bring an end to the pandemic? These are some of the information that the people want out there. We need to understand. So you make informed decisions. Okay, I now want to take the vaccine, but I know that it will just protect me for a bit, give me a sort of immunity, but I still need to go through, I still need to protect myself. I still need to. So if you put that information there, those people who suspect that the vaccines are meant to kill us will have an understanding that this is just something you do, like when you started taking polio for children and for measles.
Okay, that's true, because there are
information.
Conflicting information. Some people are saying, it's 50%, 70% potent, or they are worried about the potency of these vaccines, different based on the sources. And some are even criticizing the fact that it's coming from China. But it's not like China government is not giving it. There are private companies who are selling this to us as a country.
With a lot of black people, not just African American, they all feel there is this conspiracy theory
to kill them,
that we are all
expendable.
I know people who are saying, the vaccine, if it comes, I'm not taking it. I don't fall into that category, because I need to go and see my child. Once they say, unless you take vaccine, you can't travel, I will take the vaccine. But the problem is, how are we going to dispel our minds of this conspiracy theory?
Aside from the conspiracy theory, YK, I'm still worried that we are not equipped to handle these vaccines. They need to be under very cold temperature.
No, I heard
they said they have bought.
I heard the PTF chairman say they said you have to store it at minus 80 degrees.
Okay.
That they are
ready for it.
They said they have the facility.
But they said,
listen, there are other vaccines we take today that have to be in the refrigerator. We know these things now. This is not the first time. The whole country, like our country, have the capacity to actually store these vaccines.
That when they open one BCG, that's why we are not advised to take at private clinics.
Right.
Once you open one BCG, you have to exhaust it immediately. And they will bring it in a very, very particularized.
We have to go on a break. When we come back, because we're still on COVID, but it's important for us to talk about the issue of the cardiovascular problems that COVID patients face. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. Still on COVID issues. However, we're moving on to cardiovascular damage. So cardiac damage has been detected in about a quarter of patients hospitalized with severe COVID-19 illness. Report also has that cardiac damage can happen even among people who have never displayed symptoms of coronavirus. Fears that COVID-19 can cause the cardiac inflammation have grown as doctors report seeing previously healthy people now falling victim. Join us on the show is a renowned cardiologist, Dr. Folasade Alli. Good morning, Dr. Alli. Are you there?
Good morning, Ms. Moderator. I'm here. Good morning.
Good to have you on the show. So tell us about the cardiovascular damage in coronavirus patients. I know it's not exclusive to these patients, but why is it so? Why is it such a topic to discuss, especially with cardiovascular damages being done to coronavirus patients at this time?
Well, it's very important we discuss cardiovascular issues with the coronavirus pandemic, because majority of the patients who died during this pandemic succumbed from cardiovascular arrest. And one thing or the other was that led to the cardiac arrest, and that terminated that terminated this patient. So it's very crucial we discuss this at this moment.
But as a COVID-19 patient, or if you're positive of COVID-19 and you have previous heart problems, how do you ensure that this doesn't cause the death of a patient?
Well, thank you. I mean, if, for example, a patient has been diagnosed to have hypertension, diabetes, high cholesterol, and all the metabolic, or what we call lifestyle diseases that affect cardiovascular health, then it's essential, it's paramount that at this time, a conscious effort, a proactive effort is made by the individual to ensure that all these metabolic illnesses, all these lifestyle diseases are kept, they are well controlled. They are kept normal. Your blood pressure is normalized, making sure you take your medications appropriately. The blood sugar is well attended to, making sure it is normal. Cholesterol level, making sure it is normal. Excess weight, making sure you reduce your weight to optimal level. And, eating healthy, they are all very crucial. This is the time to make a conscious effort, to be proactive, that you stay healthy, such that all those all the conditions, all the metabolic conditions, all the risk factors for cardiovascular health diseases are kept at bay, and the individual is healthy, such that even when the infection comes, the individual can fight back.
Right.
But most importantly is to, thank you.
All right, Ma. We've heard that even after COVID-19, the people like some of the survivors that I've seen have talked about some of the, is it tingling or pain, and now they have to watch their hearts even after recovery. So I would like you to tell us some of the implications, short-term or long-term implications of COVID-19 compared to the infections in the heart, and how you can start protecting yourself even after you've recovered from COVID-19, protecting your heart after you've recovered.
Okay, the first question is to make sure, to ensure that you are back to your normal health after the infection, is to make sure that you get tested, make sure the infection has become negative by doing the PCR COVID-19 testing again, and make sure it is negative. Then thereafter, just as I said earlier, your blood pressure, the blood sugar, the cholesterol level, your weight, anything that you need to do to keep your heart health normal, then it must be done, including having a change of lifestyle if it has not been changed before. If you've been smoking, then you need to quit smoking. If you have not been exercising, then you must pick up a regular exercise to keep your heart in shape and your body in good shape. So all this will continue even after the infection. Some people who say they have pain there or pain there, again, if there are any condition, if you still have one symptom or the other after the infection, then you must keep up with your doctor. Keep up with the doctor. Early detection of whatever complication has developed must be quickly detected, and intervention must be done early. Early treatment is important in these kind of issues. Right. We've seen cases whereby people refuse to come to the hospital because they don't want to catch the infection or they don't want to be exposed again. And then the illness get worse. And by the time they get to the hospital, you will not be able to help them. So please, they shouldn't be scared. The most important is what the WHO has said. Keep social distancing, wear your nose mask, hand sanitizing, hand washing, and so on. All these are very important. So it must continue even after the infection.
Okay, all right.
So some people live their daily lives with some conditions that I would call cardiac conditions. So for some people, they are hypertensive, they are diabetic, they survive. We have cases where they survived COVID. So what exactly should such people? How should they continue their lives? After surviving COVID, are there certain conditions that they will have to live with forever, or if maybe because you had COVID, you now developed other conditions? How do you continue? Get treatment or get help?
Okay, thank you. Thereafter, following the infection, just as I said earlier, the individual or the patient should ensure that they have a regular checkup, they have a regular assessment with their specialist, with their doctor, with their hospital from time to time. Do not wait until the symptom get worse. You need to present early intervention, early treatment of complications, which can be in various diversified forms. There is no need to fear. This is not the time to fear. It's the time to be up. It's a time to be conscious. It's a time to make a concerted effort. It's a time to be proactive concerning your cardiovascular health. So therefore, if you have any symptom or any sign that is not there before or that wasn't there before, and you develop such, then quickly talk to your doctor. Now we also, we have virtual consultation now. You may not even need to present yourself. You can do a virtual consultation, and then from there the doctor will know, okay, what investigations or what you need to do, and then you do that. Right. But on the part of the patient is to make sure they have a changed lifestyle, healthy eating,
right.
Exercises, keeping track of the blood pressure and the blood sugar. Home monitoring. We have quite a number of home monitoring devices. If you don't have them, you need to go and get them now and start monitoring your blood pressure, your blood sugar. So all those things that you need to start doing.
What are the symptoms? And for someone like me, I have an oximeter. Would that help me? That one tells my pulse.
Okay, pulse oximeter. If you tell you your pulse rate and tell you your SpO2, the level of oxygen in your bloodstream. SpO2 is the level of oxygen in your bloodstream, in your blood. And it's a guide. It's a good guide as to, well, if, for example, an individual has been infected with the COVID virus, and then you need to keep monitoring your oxygen level, and you start seeing that it's getting low, then you know that obviously something is wrong somewhere. You need to immediately report to the hospital and let the hospital staff, let them check you up again, and then from there know what to do. Chest CT, for example, will become mandatory at this point to see the extent of the condition as far as the lungs are concerned. So those are all the things. So as I said, it's better to quickly detect this thing early and then early management instituted, not when the condition has gone so far, and then people begin to seek help. It's not the point to, this is not the time to say at all. It's the time to shout out, to keep it up with your specialist, and then to also have a regular health assessment, which we do at the Lagos Executive Cardiovascular Center. Do a heart check for you to make sure that while these conditions are there, even if you don't have the symptoms, they can easily be picked up at the level before even the symptoms will come up.
Okay.
Things like D-dimer.
All right. Let me go on a quick break. When we come back and continue this conversation, stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. So we still have Dr. Folasade Alli with us. As we wrap up, Bisi has a question. Go ahead, Bisi.
Yes, so doctor, I wanted to ask, because earlier you talked about detection, early detection. So I wanted to ask, is there any tip you can give to the average person out there on how they can detect if there's an anomaly with their heart rate during this pandemic?
Okay, yes. Early detection simply means when you have the symptoms, when you feel something is not normal with your health, then you should quickly seek medical attention. That is the starting point. And then when the patient comes into the hospital, the various tests will be done, and then whatever it is that we need to do, we start to do it from there. But mind you, COVID-19 is a new disease to every one of us. So it's an evolving thing in the medical world. How it will go, it will be detected over time as research and more research comes up, which we are also partaking with some government hospitals right now to look at what will be the thereafter, what will be the continuation. I mean, what will be the from there? What will be the long-lasting effect of the infection in the cardiovascular health? So we're all new to it. We're going to have to detect it as time goes on. And so at this point in time, I want everyone, especially those who have cardiovascular disease, risk factors, hypertension, diabetes, as I said, high cholesterol level. Please, as soon as you notice something is wrong with your health, you just have pain in the chest, or you have, something that is not there before. You sleep, you not sleep well, even loss of what we call insomnia, sleep difficulties. All those things can be masquerading with some cardiovascular, health issues. So please, come to the hospital early enough. Let us detect it. And then we begin to manage it together. So, thank you.
Okay, well, so because there are certain diets that they must stick to, I'd like you to advise what they should stick to diet-wise. I don't want a situation like you mentioned earlier, activity and all of that. But we as Africans, we really don't know what to eat beyond carbs. So should we now, and people are going towards keto. Should we go towards keto? Is it cardio friendly? Or should we stick to what we eat but be careful around other, or the foods that we eat?
Can we eat eba?
Please, ma'am, just answer a question, ma'am.
Well, I will tell you that our native food, they are very good. What is most important with healthy eating is, for example, the quantity. The quantity you are taking in, the quality of what you are putting together on your plate, which is, if you want to eat the eba, a small wrap of eba with a lot of vegetable sauce. Yes. And of course the vegetable should be less in oil, less in palm oil, less in vegetable oil, lots of fish. That's lorry load of vegetable of brie or livy or shoko, whichever of them, or ugu or whatever. A lot of them on your plate. It's fish is good for you, but small quantity of the pounded yam. And of course, when you are going to take things like this, you should take them in the daytime. It's not good for you to eat pounded yam or eba or the yam flour in the evening. No, it's not. It's definitely going to affect a lot of things in your body system. So it's better to take such in the afternoon time, so that by the time you retire to bed, you will have you will have metabolized it away from your system, and then your system will be free.
Okay, while we are on food, let me stay on food for a while, because some of us actually believe that when we eat all these ifun, fuku, pomo, cow leg, that they are low calorie meats. I mean, it's not like red meats. They are healthier. Could you confirm or dispel this thinking?
okay, the meat of cow skin, cow leg, and the rest of them. Of course, they are just, I will just say that they are just high residue items, and they don't have much benefit as far as getting something from them is concerned. Unlike if you eat fish, salmon fish, croaker fish, Titus fish, those ones have added benefit of vitamins, good protein, and that will do your body system better. Unlike when you eat something like cow skin that doesn't have any product other than it's just a bulk passing through your colon. So that is just the difference. It's better to eat things that are more nutritious, more healthy, at this point in time.
Right.
Rather than eating something that will not give you any supply of all the other vitamins.
What of
this
keto?
time you need a lot of vitamins to stay healthy. What of what?
Keto, because keto, they knock out carbs, carbohydrates, and they concentrate more on protein and fat. So they lose weight that way.
Keto diet is like...
Yeah. Is that good?
Keto diet is... keto diet, if I can get to what you are asking, well, is something to do more like taking more of protein and taking less of carbohydrates, and therefore at the end burning out your fat being converted into energy supply because you are taking more protein. It's fine that it's not the best. I, for once, will tell you, have a healthy diet. That healthy diet includes a diet that is small portion of carbohydrates, a good portion of protein, a good portion of vitamins that are essential for your body system. You shouldn't be missing any of these vitamins in your diet. They are all essential for your nerves, for the blood vessels, for your muscles. They are all encompassing, all inclusive. Right. And there's a minimum daily requirement for all those vitamins that you and I have to take to stay healthy, to look luscious and looking really youthful, even at I
must say you look very young and luscious.
Hello?
I must say you look very young and healthy.
Can you? Oh, thank you very much, my sister. So that is just what it's required. Right. If you are just working to just simply say you want to just shut down your carbohydrates and then you start burning your fat, you're going to lose from some area. Right. Okay. And it's not good for you.
All right. Thank you so much, madam. We have to wrap up at this time. Thank you very much for joining us. We're speaking with the renowned cardiologist, Dr. Folasade Alli. Thank you so much, madam, for joining us this morning. There you have it. We can eat our It's just
portion control.
Portion control.
I've just even
so happy
discovered
that I can even eat
everything.
I had a Kobe yesterday.
Okay, then Kobe is healthy.
Kobe and I had
Kobe is evening meal.
No, it's meat. It's mainly meat.
But it doesn't have any calories.
It's
not cow leg.
Cow leg.
It's okay now.
And an evening meal now, after you have finished working.
You know they eat those kind of things, Sha.
You're missing. But I've discovered okra without oil, so I've been doing it. I know my husband is bored that I've repeated it
it's nice,
a few times. I just said I should try it because we in our place, we have oil. So I used to put oil on my life, but I did it and I liked it.
Palm oil. It was after I started, when I married my husband, I understand palm oil. I never used to use palm oil to cook stew.
You know the one I like? You know the one I really like is this Igbo salad, Uba.
I make it.
I never tried it. I never tried it. What's that?
You've eaten it in my house. How can you say it on national TV? You have eaten it in my house.
I didn't know.
Abacha, you ate it in my house. It's birthday. Uba was inside now.
Uba, the one they do with palm oil like this. Oh my goodness.
I know what he likes.
Are you sure? It's abacha, I know.
It's the same thing. There's abacha, there's Uba.
I don't like those sticks, those little sticks.
Which sticks?
I think they are healthy. Are they healthy?
Abacha itself now.
All healthy. I can almost say all Igbo meals are healthy.
Very healthy.
The way I can stand Igbo meals, I don't know.
And now I don't see it again. I was eating it every day.
Really, the abacha?
No.
They are hearing you. Supply will come.
The salad, the one they do with palm oil.
But Obiadi, you know what? Should go to work.
Please, can you make for me? Make for me. Let me be sure I've eaten it before.
When I'm in Lekki, I'm going to let you know, so we invite you over.
We have to wrap up now. Thank you. Today we're talking about food. You know I will allow. Please.
Who is in our way?
Redeems.
You people that
That's
do
you
more than
now.
Jesus Christ did.
How does that rub off on us?
Jesus Christ did 40 days. They do 3 months.
Now you know. Okay. Michono. Yeah, that's all we can take on the show.
Why you more than
We'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now. Oh, Tijani, my colleague from Bridge. Today's his birthday. Happy birthday,
Tijani. Thank you for
and
our
spices. Mama T sent us spices, super spices. Thank you, Mama T.
Thank you.
We love you. God bless you. Thank you so much.
Goat meat.
All right, see you tomorrow. Bye for now.